Reported today in The Verge. Kentucky Route Zero's final act was worth the wait. Kentucky Route Zero starts out slow and simple. An old man named Conway pulls into a gas station to ask for directions. He has a rusting truck, rumbling away in the background, stuffed with antiques. But he can't find his destination. That road, he's told, is not easy to reach. What follows is a surreal road trip that's constantly changing. Kentucky Route Zero remains slow across its 5 acts, and multiple interludes. But with the exception of that opening scene, it's never simple. It's impossible to talk about this adventure game without discussing its development history. Kentucky Route Zero debuted in 2013 with the first of 5 planned episodes. Subsequent acts were expected to launch every few months. But things didn't play out that way. While Act 2 came out later that year, the third act didn't appear until 2014, and the penultimate act came 2 years after that. Now, 7 years after the game first debuted, it finally comes to a close. So what's all the fuss about? Why have so many people been waiting for the better part of a decade to experience this story to its conclusion? It's not easy to explain. At its core, Kentucky Route Zero is a fairly simple point-and-click adventure game. You move through different environments, talk to other characters, and interact with objects. There's no traditional challenge. The game doesn't ask you to collect objects or solve puzzles. You can't get stuck or lost. It's about being in this place and discovering its residents. What makes Kentucky Route Zero so special is that space and its residents. It's a world that's both timely and timeless. Everything feels of the moment, speaking to the struggles of the last decade, and also like it could have taken place a century ago. It's part Southern Gothic, part magical realism, part biting critique of capitalism and the people it leaves behind. The main goal, to deliver some furniture to a house that is seemingly impossible to get to, is really just an excuse to venture through this world. First, you do so by road, taking Conway's creeping truck across twisting highways and side streets, searching for a path called the Zero that isn't on any map. Later, you'll ride on a boat alongside a mechanical mammoth, and eventually, a giant bird will fly you to your destinations. Each act has a different feel. The first is a road trip, as you're searching for the Zero, following bizarre directions en route to an abandoned mine. The following act takes you to a strange office, the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, and later a museum filled with buildings that were once homes but now sit in storage. At one point, you're given a guided tour of a whiskey distillery that's run by glowing orange skeletons who only continued to work because they're in debt to their employers. Later, you meet a telefo. For more on this story, visit the news article link.